Ninth degree black belt, Grandmaster Hang Lee, president and founder of Sangam Taekwondo and the ATA Black Belt Academies, proudly presents The Way of Traditional Taekwondo, Volume 6, Purple Belt. This is the sixth tape in a collection of reference materials covering the complete style of Sangam Taekwondo. It is designed to reinforce the materials that students learn from their instructors while attending classes. We strongly emphasize that this tape is not a replacement for classroom practice. Volume 6 of The Way of Traditional Taekwondo was developed for the 4th grade Purple Belt student.
Hi, welcome to the Volume 6 of The Way of Traditional Taekwondo. I'm Master M.K. Lee, Chairman of the Instruction for the ATA. And in this tape, we begin to learn advanced technique that give Taekwondo its beauty, power, and effectiveness. And this time, our special guests are Master Larry Hoover and Master Jay Cole. And now it's my pleasure to introduce President and Founder and 9th degree black belt, Grand Master H.U. Lee.
Hi, everybody. Hi. Nice to see you again. And this time, I'd like to explain my signatures. You see, every time when I see you, you guys asking that my autograph. So I'm gonna explain that because you guys tell me that this Chinese or Korean or Japanese, but actually this is English. So the top is this Korean, Yi Hang-un. That's Chinese, Lee Hang-un. That's English, Hang-un Lee. So Hang-un, that means Hang means lucky, and this Un means male, lucky male, or that's kind of more like a hero. That's what it means. If you're gonna read itself, that means just happiness. But it itself, that's like more the male. So you have to read these two characters together. That means that's me. That's my name. By English, you people always have two names, but Korean they have those two is only one name. So Hang-un Lee, not says that's my first name, that's my middle name. But we didn't have middle names. We have only one names. So you have to read that together. Now I'd like to the English, my autograph, like H-A-N-G-U-N-G-L-E-E-L-E-E. Now, the Koreans, my Koreans. That's Koreans, okay? I gotta show you. Here are my Korean signatures. See, that's very close. See, this circle, this I, this dot is this circle, this. And that's what the Korean, that's not even look like a scratch. This look like a tangled with the worms. That's what it is. Okay, next, Chinese. Okay, Chinese, I never have autographed Chinese, but that's all I can do. So that's the autograph, the English. Next time, when I sign like this, I hope everybody recognize this English. And thank you very much, and have a great day. Thank you. ATA.
This tape is designed to help you learn and retain the Purple Belt material. By attending class with your instructor, reading the Way encyclopedias, and watching the Way videos, You should be very well prepared for your next tournament or testing. Philosophy. At Purple Belt, the forms take on a new name, Inwa. Inwa reflects the accomplishments found in reaching your current level. There is a certain glory in reaching this level. You've set and achieved your goals and have not been broken by the hardships that accompany the discipline and conditioning of your body. You have achieved Inwa, an unbroken glory. Your growth and advancement in Taekwondo is depicted not only as a seedling growing into a mighty pine, but also as a path beginning on level ground and becoming steeper as training becomes more challenging. The symbolic interpretation for the Purple Belt is coming to the mountain. The tree is in mid-growth, and now the path becomes steep. The interpretation points out the place at which the path has come to the foot of the mountain, at the peak of which is Black Belt. The pine tree is now in mid-growth. As it stands tall, it absorbs more of the sunlight, or glory, but also finds that the winds push stronger against the larger trees. Students must persevere in growth as well as in ascent as they begin to look upward toward the sky and to the peak of the mountain. The color purple was chosen to depict purple mountains as they appear from the distance and as remembered in many famous poems and songs. Types of movements. In this section, we will discuss the new types of movements for the Purple Belt student. Repeat techniques. The term repeat means to do the same technique with the same leg or arm again immediately after the first strike. In Inwa 1, the repeat technique used is a repeat round kick. Usually, a repeat technique strikes two different targets. The first strike is used to score and/or as a distraction to pull the block away from the intended target. Proper execution of the repeat round kick consists of first executing a round kick, then retract your leg to the chamber position, and without setting down, repeat the kick again. The repeat kick has many uses. It is used in forms, as a great sparring combination, and as a high-rank board break requirement. Double techniques. In previous volumes of The Way, we have discussed double techniques as they relate to hand techniques. In this volume, we will briefly discuss the double technique as it relates to kicks. For our example, we will demonstrate the double jump front kick. As you jump into the air, execute any type front kick with either leg. Before landing, immediately follow the kick with another front kick with the opposite leg. Both kicks must hit the target before landing in order to be classified as a double jump front kick. Always make time to review previous types of movements studied at the beginner and intermediate levels. For best results, consult with your instructor and the Way encyclopedias and tapes. Stances. The new stance introduced at the Purple Belt level is the closed stance. It is similar to the attention stance with the exception of a slightly deeper bend to the knees. Prepare for the closed stance by placing your feet together while slightly bending your knees. The bent knees will aid in stability and balance while executing your techniques. Blocks and strikes. At the Purple Belt level, we introduce you to several new blocks and strikes. The high-low block. The The high-low block is made up of two basic techniques, the inner forearm block and the low block. Begin by chambering one hand up in the inner forearm block position and one hand down in the low block position. In simultaneous motion, rotate both arms using the elbows as a pivot point. Lower the inner forearm block to the low block position and the low block to the inner forearm block position. The hand in the high position will pass to the inside of the hand in the low position as the technique is being executed. The square block. The square block was developed by combining a basic outer forearm block with a basic high block. Begin by chambering your hands in the high block, outer forearm block starting position. Execute the technique, keeping both fists within inches of each other until reaching a position approximately in front of your nose, at which point each technique will break apart and continue towards its own target. The square block is an effective defensive tool when used to defend against multiple attackers and their various offensive attacks. The vertical punch. The vertical punch is almost identical to the regular punch, with the exception of the perpendicular position of your hand as it strikes the target. The strike point is the same, as is the incredible power of the technique. The horizontal fingertip thrust. The horizontal fingertip thrust is identical in execution to the vertical fingertip thrust, with the exception of the horizontal ending position of the hand as it strikes the target. This technique should be directed towards soft tissue areas of the body. The target will not affect the power of the technique, but it will affect your safety and health. The back elbow strike with support. The elbow strike is a new addition to your Taekwondo arsenal. It is a devastating tool when used for board breaks and personal protection. To avoid serious injury, use the fleshy area just above the elbow versus the point of the elbow for contact. The back elbow strike used in Inwa 1 strikes upwards from waist level into the attacker's solar plexus. Prepare for the technique by extending one hand outward as a reverse punch. Place the palm of the other hand over the face of the fist. Drive your elbow towards the target while pushing against your fist for increased support and power. Finally, with the support of your opposite arm, complete the twist of your hand to a palm-up position as your elbow drives into the target. The high section back elbow strike. Using the back elbow strike to the high section requires a slightly different execution. Prepare one hand in a position crossing towards the front of your body with your palm twisted towards your face. Cross the opposite arm under the other adjacent to your floating ribs. Drive your elbow towards the target behind you while pulling the other elbow across the front of your body. Complete the twist of the striking hand to a palm down position as your elbow drives into the target. The opposite elbow ends with the hand chambered to the side of your ribs. The horizontal elbow strike. The horizontal elbow strike is designed to strike an attacker in front of you. Horizontal refers to the directional path the technique travels. The strike point is the flat area about 1 to 2 inches below the tip of your elbow. Chamber the elbow with the hand next to your ribs as if punching. Extend your opposite hand in vertical fingertip thrust position towards the target. Swing your striking elbow forward toward the target while simultaneously pulling your opposite hand in toward your strike. It's important to note that your striking elbow should make contact with the palm of the opposite hand. We cannot emphasize enough the importance of reviewing previously learned blocks and strikes as you near your goal of becoming a black belt. Kicks. When executed properly, the new kicks introduced at this level reward the practitioner with both the element of surprise and, of course, power. Jump outside crescent kick. The jump outside crescent kick creates its power by utilizing a swinging motion and the outer edge of the foot as the striking tool. The chamber of the kick begins during the jumping motion. The striking leg should bend slightly as the base leg chambers upwards beneath the body. Extend your striking leg so it strikes the target at the peak of your jump. Land first with your base leg, followed by your kicking leg. The jump round kick. The jump round kick is both fast and powerful. It combines graceful body movement with awesome taekwondo power. The chamber of the kick begins during the jumping motion. The striking leg should chamber tightly while driving the knee towards the target. The base leg chambers upwards beneath your body. Extend your striking leg so it strikes the target at the peak of your jump. Land first with your base leg, followed by your kicking leg. The hook kick. The hook kick is the basic kick behind such powerful techniques as the step and jump spin hook kicks. The back of the heel, just below the Achilles tendon, is the strike point for this kick. However, in competition, the foot is sometimes extended to give added reach with the ball or bottom of the foot as the strike point. Begin by chambering the kicking leg in a side kick position. Next, execute a side kick extending your leg to the side of your opponent. In the same motion, pull your leg towards your target. As the foot nears the target, retract your heel while striking the target. Rechamber the kick and return the kicking leg to the floor. With consistent practice and the guidance of your instructor, the kicks of the purple belt can be developed as weapons of incredible power for use in both competition and combat situations. Form. Inwa 1 begins a new series of patterns used to complete the color belt portion of the Sangam star. Inwa 1 is performed by completing two smaller square patterns which follow a figure 8 pattern. Inwa 1 has 8 phases, lettered A, B, C, D, and opposites of A, B, C, and D. Phase A, double knife hand block, reverse horizontal elbow strike, number 2 inside crescent kick, reverse side kick, vertical back elbow strike with support. Phase B, double outer forearm block, number 2 round kick, double outer forearm block. Phase A, opposite, double knife hand block, reverse horizontal elbow strike, number 2 inside crescent kick, reverse side kick, vertical back elbow strike with support. Phase B, opposite, double outer forearm block, number 2 round kick, double outer forearm block. Phase C, square block, number 2 front kick, side kick, reverse vertical punch, punch, knife hand strike. Phase D, high-low block to front, double knife hand block, reverse horizontal fingertip thrust, outside crescent kick, knife hand block, punch. Phase C, opposite, square block, number 2 front kick, side kick, reverse vertical punch, punch, knife hand strike. Phase D, opposite, high-low block to front, double knife hand block, reverse horizontal fingertip thrust, outside crescent kick, knife hand block, punch. Begin Inwa 1 in the at ease position. Relax in this position until given the next command.
They say, to me, see Jack.
Inwa 1 has 44 movements and 3 gyi-ups. The gyi-ups are performed during movements 14, 24, and 34. Would you like to add some excitement to your training? Try competing in an ATA regional or national tournament. Tournaments not only offer healthy competition, they offer an opportunity to make lifelong friends. Self-defense. It takes guidance and experience to learn the many intricacies relating to self-defense. One of the best ways to gain this experience is to attend an ATA Protect seminar. Ask your instructor about the next Protect seminar in your area or at one of our national events. Number 1, outer forearm block, inward outer forearm strike to the radial nerve, knee strike to common peroneal, following up with a reverse elbow strike. Number 2, outer forearm block, hand trap, 2-finger press to jugular notch, palm strike to nose, and follow up with a wrist lock or inverted finger lock, taking your opponent to the floor. It's good practice to alternate the use of the suggested follow-up techniques. Grandmaster Lee also encourages adding some of your own follow-ups. Free sparring. Let's continue to build upon our knowledge of free sparring by studying 2 new types of footwork. They are the drag step and the slide step. The drag step allows small, almost unnoticeable adjustments of distance. When drag stepping, you move one foot either forward or back in small increments while dragging the opposite foot in the same direction. Sometimes, these small adjustments are all that are necessary to keep you in scoring distance or out of scoring range. The slide step is simply an exaggerated version of the drag step. Instead of moving in small increments and dragging the following foot, you move in large increments, allowing the following foot to slide across the floor. Slide stepping allows for both quick attacks and retreats. Circular movement. Previously, we've studied the movements associated with the V-in and V-out patterns. Now let's study the concept of circular movement. Circular movement is an important part of sparring strategy. Students new to sparring tend to move forward and backward. This type of movement allows attackers an easier target as you quickly backpedal only to eventually run out of room. Using circular movement allows you more room to move freely while executing both offensive and defensive techniques. Combinations and countering. In this and future tapes, we will study basic sparring concepts. These concepts are merely the tip of the iceberg. To understand the concepts which develop instinctive sparring, you must work closely with your instructor. Let's begin by studying a very effective kicking combination found in your form, the repeat round kick. The repeat round kick is usually targeted to 2 separate areas, for example, the midsection and head. However, both kicks can also be targeted to the same area, an example being both kicks to the body. The strategy behind the repeat kick is to entice an opponent to commit themselves to blocking the first kick, thereby creating an opening for the second. Complete your new sparring combination by adding a lunge punch and reverse punch after your repeat kicks. Blocking, footwork, and evasive movement. Since we've studied a new combination, let's learn how to counter it by using our blocks and footwork. Attackers using repeat round kicks usually must move slightly forward when kicking due to the target's initial reaction of moving back to evade the kick. Forward distance is usually covered by dragging or sliding the base leg while kicking. Countering. Countering the repeat kick begins by reading the telegraph of the first kick. You must then simultaneously execute a low quad block, V-in using a slide or drag step, Execute a high quad block and counter with a lunge punch. As your proficiency in sparring improves, you will find that reading telegraphs becomes easier. With proper reading of technique, you will be gone and countering before the technique even gets off. Have you ever sparred your instructor? Then you know what I mean. Board breaking. In Sangam Taekwondo, purple belts are required to begin breaking boards for rank promotion. Emphasis is placed on introducing students to the art of breaking versus demonstrating their power. Grandmaster Lee has endorsed the use of rebreakable boards. Deciding factors of using rebreaks versus wood boards included issues of ecology, safety, cost savings, and consistency. Purple belts have 3 breaking options to choose from and are required to break only one board. The 3 breaking options are the elbow strike, the palm strike, and the knife hand strike. Successful board breaking requires much practice. Attention must be paid to using the correct procedure, board size, grain direction, holder setup, and proper technique. In this tape, we will focus on proper technique. You can learn more about board size and setup from Volume 6 of the Way of Traditional Taekwondo Encyclopedia for Purple Belts. While practicing the following series of exercises, you should focus on increasing the following skills. Always focus on the center of the target. Strike the target with a proper striking tool. Penetrate beyond the surface of the target. Always use full speed with no hesitation. And maintain your balance throughout the break. Here are 3 training exercises designed to safely teach board breaking technique. Remember to apply the previous skills to each exercise. Exercise 1, using paper targets. Have a partner hold a sheet of paper by its top edge. Practice striking the paper with your technique. Using paper allows you to concentrate more on focus and follow through and less on power. Exercise number 2, soft target pads. Have a partner hold a target pad. Practice striking the pad with your technique. Using a soft target pad allows you to concentrate on both focus and follow through while applying power. Exercise number 3, dual targets. Have a partner hold 2 targets about 12 inches apart. The targets should be parallel to each other while in the same range of motion. Visualize the first target as your board and the second is the follow-through point. Execute a full power strike to the first pad, following through until striking the second pad. Using dual targets allows you to concentrate on focus and follow-through using full-speed techniques. Well, we've studied the basic skills and exercises to prepare ourselves to break boards. All that's necessary now is to learn the actual breaks. Let's begin by studying your 3 breaking choices. The elbow strike can be executed as a regular or reverse strike. Begin by chambering the hands for the strike. Execute the strike by pushing the elbow through the target while pulling back with the opposite hand. Penetrate through the target as if to strike the holders. Begin the palm strike by fully chambering your hands. This gives you more distance in which to develop maximum momentum and speed. Execute the strike by pushing the palm through the boards while pulling back with the opposite hand. Here's a small tip. Striking towards the top center of the board will help keep your fingers from getting in the way. Begin the knife hand strike by bringing your fingers tightly together to protect against injury. Fully chamber your hands, then execute the strike by swinging the arm through the board, striking with the knife edge of the hand. Keep the arm slightly bent as it penetrates through the board. Be mindful that breaking boards offers the potential for personal injury. It is highly suggested that all attempts at actually breaking boards are done so under qualified supervision. Thank you for watching the tape. Good luck on your next testing or tournament.
It is a great pleasure to talk to you about this opportunity, and I have got to meet a lot of you in different events, such as tournaments, testings, and camps, and nationals, and even world championships. And many of you have shown interest to become instructors, and I want you to know that your instructor have a special program to help you set to become a great leader in your community. And we all need a great people like you to become our future instructors in ATA. And I hope that you set your goals to become instructors and hope to see you in there in the future. Thank you very much.
Hi, thanks for taking the time to watch this video, but more importantly, please make all efforts to communicate with your instructor after you watch this tape to learn even more. And remember that, your dreams and your goals, you need to share those with your instructor. So if it's your desire to become a leader in the ATA and in your community, share your dreams, share your goals, not only with your instructors, but with your parents and your teachers, and just look how far you're going to go in this world. Understand your drive comes from here, and if it comes from here, it'll go all the way around the world. Thank you for letting me be here. Bye.
Man, that hurt.
I'm going to come here, and then I'm
Yeah.